So Jackie, you said that when you would get LinkedIn contacts, that you would set up, a quick 5-minute screener, on Zoom to talk with people. And you said that there were some interview no-nos that you had. Can you talk a little bit about some changes that would, help leave a good impression on the person that either wants to hire you or that even just wants to help you out?
Yeah, sure. So what I would do is I would give folks a few questions, and we schedule like a 30-minute Zoom or Google Meet. And the questions would be, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Why do you want to be a cybersecurity project manager? And describe to me in 1 or 2 sentences a project you've managed and tell me about the outcome. And I would specifically ask for 48 hours to review answers to the questions, and I'd ask for a Google invite. And I would get folks that would send me a 3-hour Google invite. They would write pages and pages of answers to the question. And without fail, I would tell folks as gently as I could, I didn't give you these questions by accident. I'm really trying to figure out, are you paying attention? Because it is critical for project managers to be attentive to detail. Folks on your project, they may not stay as alert as they're supposed to be, getting work done, doing it when it should be done to the level of quality it should be. And when they miss that boat, they run to you, asking you to get them back on track. And you need to know, this is the scope, this is the timeline, this is how much flexibility, wiggle room we have. And if you don't adhere to instructions or requirements, it's gonna make it tough for you to be a successful project manager. So that was one thing. Another thing is folks didn't seem to understand that not just are the company and the HM hiring manager and recruiter interviewing you, you really want to interview them as well. It's great to be called in for a job, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that's a fit for you. You've got some power too. And folks need to think about, what am I going to be doing? What's expected of me? And recognize your value. So the proper conduct and good question, I want to reiterate and reinforce, folks, think about your strengths and weaknesses. When, again, you look at a job description, when you know your strengths and weaknesses, you understand what skills you have that are transferable. I referred back in the first podcast, if you are a school teacher, for the love of God, I get nervous because I think if a group of school teachers ever make up their mind, they're going to put a lot of project managers out of business because they are so versatile. They deal with so much stress. And as a teacher over children, you're dealing with life. Little kids, they put things in their mouth. Big kids, they get frustrated, they act out. You manage that every day, every week, year in, year out. So when you think about your strengths and your weaknesses, understand how that transfers to what a company needs from you, and then phrase questions to pose to the hiring manager or the recruiter.
Absolutely. Ginny, anything to add to that?
Sure, I can talk about this all day with Jackie, with everybody over here, but I'm going to try to keep it short. So really, we're talking about conducting interview while you interview, like how you're going to leave an impression. So I would say a little bit prep work is make sure you understand the company you're interviewing, do some Google research, look on their website. That's very important. I can tell you, sometimes you can interview really good. At the end of the day, at the end of the interview, your interviewer will just ask you a question. Hey, so what do you think about my company? How do you like the website? If your answer is, oh, I'll go check it out, instantly, no matter how great you are, they won't hire you.
That's true.
So that's one thing. And the second thing to understand is they are also human. They don't know you. They might be uncomfortable as well. So how are you getting yourself confidence enough, be yourself well enough to make them feel like, okay, we're on camera just like I'm right now. I don't see you, but I have to make myself comfortable so I can talk. And as you know, I have an accent. If I get nervous, my accent amplifies 10 times words and you won't be able to understand me. So how do you condition yourself to understand they're human too, calm down, be confident, and talk about what you need to talk about? And the second thing is pay attention. And Google, and when you look in Google, you know many big corporations such as Apple, during the interview, they will repeatedly asking you dumb questions. They do that on purpose because they want to know your reaction and want to know if you're paying attention. So the key is pay attention to what they're asking. If they say some term that you have no idea what it is, write it down, ask them. When you say this, SCADA, I'm just making up an acronym. What do you mean? Ask them that so they know you're paying attention. The third last thing I want to talk about is when Jackie talked about knowing your weakness. Okay, you know your weakness. How are you going to advertise that weakness? Okay, let's say, for example, my weakness is I talk too much. So you can't just stop there. Well, I talk too much and I realize that. And in a good way that build relationship with others, but sometimes I pay attention throughout the year that I learn to stop in the middle of my talk to see other ask questions. So that way I improve. Even though it's still my weakness, I am improving. I'm doing better every day. So they know, okay, this person is good. Like I can put him in front of the business and I can put her, and I know she's listening. So that's good. So twist your weakness around to become your strength.
I'm excited to announce that our Infosec skills platform will be releasing a new challenge every month with 3 hands-on labs to put your cyber skills to the test. Each month, you'll build new skills ranging from secure coding to penetration testing to advanced persistent threats and everything in between. Plus, we're giving away more than $1,000 worth of prizes each month. Go to infosecinstitute.com/challenge and start your challenge right now.